What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Mystique Rod, coming to you in the late night hour. Why? Because when the heaven calls, my nigga, you gotta stand tall. Alright, I just dressed this little hat up, because I just got so fresh and so clean, meaning I just bathed my ass. And, I know how y'all serve an image so much. People gonna be worried about how I ain't got no makeup on my face or how I look compared to not having makeup on my face than what I look now. So I just put a hat on to show you, nigga, I look good no matter what. That's how you gotta feel. That's what you gotta know. But the message that I'm giving to you right now is coming at you is about that which is natural, then that which is spiritual. And so often we're out here looking for natural things, but yet we're not doing the spiritual steps necessary in order to get it. The Bible clearly states that all good things come from heaven. So if you want wealth, you want abundance, you want love, you want peace, you want happiness, like all these things are good things. I'm not saying that nobody should want these things. Nobody should seek to acquire these things. But I'm letting you know right now that you're never going to achieve any of these things, maintain these things without taking the spiritual steps necessary to obtain these things. So with that being said is, you cannot go out here and say, oh, I want wealth, I want to be rich, and you can go get a job. The job can pay good, or you can go out here and be an artist. You can it's a number of things that we can go out here and do. You can hustle the streets, and you can do all these things to obtain money, but yet you will never obtain riches. Why? Because riches and abundance is of God. That comes from the tree of righteousness. It does not come from the tree of sin. And with that being said is, with everything that we do in this natural being, meaning in this flesh, in our body, it's affecting us spiritually. It's either going to feed your soul for good, or it's going to feed the soul for bad. And if you're consistently doing things in this flesh that feeds your soul towards negativity and never feeds your soul towards positivity, I can tell you right now, you will never hold on to the things that you got. You might obtain them, but it's going to destroy you. What should a profit a man if he should gain the whole world but lose his only soul? That right there tells me that some of us, not most of us, but some of us would obtain these things that we're seeking without really paying attention to what we're doing to our souls and our spirituality. But I can tell you, you're paying a very high price for these things if you're gaining them in the wrong way. There's a lot of people out here that, oh yeah, you can have riches, you can have success, but in exchange, you got to do something that dilutes and defiles your soul. You got to exchange sexual activities or pleasure for riches and profit, or you got to murder someone or destroy someone else in order for you to gain something naturally. You gotta think spiritually, not naturally, because so a man thinketh, so shall he be. So if you consistently thinking naturally, that is what the Bible calls a carnal mind, and the carnal mind should never inherit the kingdom of God. I'm hearing way too many people say, I don't know whether or not I'm going to heaven or hell. Well, I'm telling you right now, the Bible made it very simple, and to let you know where you're going. He lets you know where you stand with him before you ever even walk up out of this earth, before you die. Whatever you practice is what you shall become. So if you're consistently feeding poison and negativity, which goes back to the other videos in which I posted about the toxicity, if you're consistently gaining what you want and negative aspects is always hurting someone else or hurting yourself in order to get what you want, I can tell you right now, that ain't gonna turn out too well for you, dog. It's a test of trials that come to make us strong. The Lord want to know where you stand. And I know a lot of people want to call people like me Jesus freaks, and it ain't got nothing to do with that right there, all right? We live in a spiritual world. Whether you agree with it or not, that's what it is. Whether you believe it or not, that's what it is. And the Bible clearly taught us, if you want to get what you want in this world without losing your soul, you must pay the price for it with your soul. That's what we're not understanding. Money answereth all things, but money is also the root of all evil, because the number one thing most of us out here seeking is what? Money. We'll do anything for money. And that ain't good. If you're willing to stab the people you love in the back for money, you don't deserve money. God knows that. The universe knows that. Life knows that. Money knows that. So what is that money going to turn to do? It's going to destroy you. You either go end up using it and become an addict of some sort. You're going to end up using it and taking the power to your head and destroy yourself. Maybe you go out there and buy too many guns, and next thing you know, you're the head of some cartel that lands you in jail. Like, it's a number of things. It's all depending on the individual and what's inside of you. That's the purpose of being here, to find out truly what's inside of you. No man knows the true content of his heart. So you really don't know what the heck you are capable of until you're presented with a situation in which shows you what you're capable of. And I'm simply speaking from the results of my own life. If you really don't want to sin, there ain't nothing nobody go do to you in this world that's going to push you to sin. Sin is a choice that we make within ourselves. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you that if you find yourself in sin, to beat yourself upside the head and think, oh, all is lost for me. No, darling. I say he who practices sin. Because we all fall sometimes, and God is here to pick us up even when we fall. I'm not preaching to you. I'm teaching to you. The testimonies of my life, they overcame through the word of their testimony. I done been through a lot in this lifetime. I ain't that old, man. Guess how old I am? I don't really care if you get it right or not. But regardless of the age that you think I am, my pain is way longer than what I've suffered. I mean, way longer than the life I've lived. So I'm sitting here telling y'all, it's up to you. The world ain't never gonna get better, darling. Eventually it will, but not through the sakes of you. People like you will be destroyed. And I'm not saying that to scare nobody. I'm telling you that to give you some hardcore facts and some truth. Everybody want to sit here and say what they're not worried about. But the very things that you're not worried about is going to destroy you. If you're not thinking about your soul, then who go think about it for you? Now, I grew up in the church, and that don't mean shit. I'm just being honest. I know a lot of people that grew up in the church who behave as if they never knew God. So I don't like when people go and put salvation on the church, because salvation is something that starts up in here. Like, I'm doing this. I ain't getting paid for this. Like, that's not the point. The point is salvation starts in here. Like, I've just been through so goddamn much, man. Like, I really just don't care for the things that most people care about. Yeah, I want wealth, I want abundance, but I might not want it for the same reasons you want it. I don't want a wealth and abundance to go throw a wad of cash in your face and say, nigga, make it rain. I want it so that I can feed the poor. I want it so that I can help those less fortunate than me. I want it so that I can more easily spread the truth of knowledge and prosperity and righteousness. It's not wanting money. It's what you want with the money. Why you want money. And it's about how you obtain it, because the reasons as to why you want the money is going to determine how you obtain the money. And I'm just here to tell you short and sweet and simple right now, man. Can't nobody make you do what you want to do. And in everything we're doing in this flesh, in this body, in this natural, is either feeding our soul in a negative or a positive way. The question is, how do you want to feed your soul? That's all I'm saying.